This Sunday, your Houston Texans take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Texans, as you all know, they come in with an 0-2 record. The Steelers, they come in with a 2-0 record. So, two teams in different situations at the moment. Now, last week I literally gave the Texans absolutely no shot in winning the game against the Ravens. Well, this week, I'll be honest, I see it very, very difficult for the Texans to win this game, but I am giving them a small chance to win this game. Now, the Pittsburgh Steelers, man, a very, very talented football team. Obviously, defensively is where you start. I mean, where do you start? You start off with, I guess, T.J. Watt, J.J. Watt's younger brother. I mean, this is a game that features all three Watt brothers. That's pretty cool. Bud Dupree as well. He's been doing pretty good as of late these past two seasons. Stephon Tuitt, Cameron Hayward, underrated player. Devin Bush is going to be a star in this league. Obviously, Minkah Fitzpatrick back there at safety, one of the best safeties in the league. And then, their corners, they aren't spectacular, but they're not bad either. Like Steven Nelson, he's a solid corner. Joe Hayden, solid as well. Mike Hilton, another, solid corner that they have, their nickel corner. So, all around, this Steelers defense is very, very good. Probably the best defense in the NFL. And honestly, this Steelers defense is probably the best defense the Texans will play this season. Honestly, no, not even probably. They are the best defense that the Texans will play this season. So they better be ready. Offensively, they have a good offensive line. Big Ben is back, obviously. Even though Big Ben isn't who he once was, he's certainly better than Duck Hodges and Mason Rudolph. So, yeah, he's back. They have a lot of nice receivers. Obviously, they don't have the star at the wide receiver position, but, Juju Smith-Schuster, he's not a scrub. They have Deontay Johnson as well, another nice receiver, and they just drafted, Chase Claypool as well, another nice receiver. He's been having a, decent season. I think the other day against the Broncos, he had a big touchdown play. So that's pretty cool. Obviously, they have Eric Ebron, they have James Conner, Jalen Samuels, Benny Snell. So, they have a pretty decent offense. They're not stacked. They don't have, this star player that you have to watch out for. But they have a lot of good, decent players all over that offense. So, you have to watch out. They're going to spread the wealth. They're not going to just give it to that one guy. They don't have that go-to target. But, I'm not even done mentioning the best player on the Pittsburgh team, man. The Watt brothers. The best of the Watt brothers. The Steelers have them. Derek Watt is the best Watt brother, and he can absolutely wreck a game plan, a special teams specialist, a fullback. The dude's a stud, the best Watt brother. Anyone who disagrees, well, you're wrong. J.J. Watt, he's always hurt. T.J. Watt, he's fine, but he ain't no Derek Watt. There'll never be another Derek Watt. Derek Watt is in a league of his own, so yeah. But let's just get into these matchups, man. Let's start off with the Steelers offense versus the Texans defense. Now, like I said, the Steelers don't have that go-to guy that the Texans are going to want to key in on. But they have a bunch of guys that, they can spread it out and give the other players the ball. So I do think the Texans could potentially struggle in that aspect because playing the Chiefs and, the Ravens, you kind of know where they want to go with the ball. The Chiefs, Travis Kelce, or Tyreek Hill. With the Ravens, it's Mark Andrews, and surprisingly, the Texans did a pretty decent job against Mark Andrews last week. And with the Steelers, you just don't know where that ball is going, so that might be problematic for the Texans. The Steelers also have a very good offensive line, although it's not as good as it once was. Their right tackle is out for the season or for a good while. He's out for this game, at least. So the Texans have some advantage there, I guess. Maybe throw in JJ, put him on the right tackle, or Jacob Martin. But the thing is, the Steelers' offensive line, very good. They got Pouncey, Villanueva, DeCastro. So, this line is very, very good, and they can protect Big Ben for a long period of time. So, Anthony Weaver is going to have to throw in some blitzes, man. He's going to have to throw in some blitzes. And I think he will. He's been doing a good job of doing that. And I think he'll be able to get some pressure on Big Ben. Now, in terms of the run game, honestly, the Steelers' run game doesn't scare me. It's definitely not as good as the Ravens' run game, which we contain. I know some people might say, oh, but the Texans allowed 200 yards to the Ravens, blah, 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 blah. Bruh, 140 of those yards came in the fourth quarter when the Texans already gave up. No, the Texans were containing the Ravens' run game last week, so I don't want to hear it. So I could definitely see the Texans containing the Steelers' run game. Their run game, in my opinion, is not that big of an issue. I think, getting PJ Hall more playing time was huge last week, and I think he can continue to build off of that. Obviously, as the weeks progress, the tackling will get better. We saw it improve last week, so I think the Texans will be able to kind of shut down the Steelers' running game. It's going to be about shutting down their passing attack, and I don't see them completely shutting it down, but I don't see them getting shredded either, because they don't have this one guy who can dictate coverages over there. They don't have that one guy who can completely wreck their game. So I feel like Anthony Weaver is going to be able to kind of just have a clean game and just be able to do whatever he wants and kind of do everything, throw everything out there that he possibly can. And I feel like the Texans will be able to get pressure on Big Ben, maybe make a mistake or two, get a couple turnovers, and yeah, I feel like the Texans defense will, for the most part, do its job. Now, when you flip it to the other side, the Texans offense versus the Steelers defense, the Steelers defense will not let the Texans offense do anything. They just won't. I can almost guarantee it. This Texans offense looks lost, dysfunctional. Tim Kelly is not the right guy. But to make things worse, Deshaun Watson is not playing like Deshaun Watson, man. The dude is playing lazy AF. And I'm sorry, I know you Texans fans are you love Watson, I love Watson, but you gotta call it for what it is, dude. This is year 4, and the dude still doesn't want to read the blitz. I'm not saying he doesn't know how to read a blitz. He doesn't want to read a blitz, because I've seen him so many times read the blitz, see it coming, check it down. He's done it before, but for whatever reason, he doesn't do it consistently. What does that tell me? Lazy. He doesn't want, he just wants to do his own thing. And the thing is, the Steelers are one of the heaviest blitzing teams in the NFL. They like to blitz. They also run a zone defense. A zone blitzing defense. One of the things Deshaun Watson has struggled the most against these past, 3 years that he's been with us. 1, blitzing, reading the blitz. 2, zone defenses. Don't believe me? Why does he always struggle against the Colts? Because they run a zone defense. And now you're putting, those two things together and you're coming after Deshaun Watson. Yeah, no, Deshaun Watson, I don't see this Texans offense having success, man. I just do not see them being able to move the ball against the Steelers. David Johnson will not be able to get anything going against this very stout Steelers defensive front. I just don't see it. I mean, Devin Bush, Tuitt, Hayward, TJ Watt, Bud Dupree. We're not going to be able to get anything going. And I'm sorry if I sound negative or anything, but I always say, I try to be a realist with my takes. I don't think the Texans offense is ready yet. And, if we were playing another team say Minnesota this week instead of the Steelers, it'd be a different story. But the Steelers defense, man, like I said, it's the best defense in the NFL, in my opinion. The way Deshaun's been playing, the way Tim Kelly's been calling plays, I just simply do not see the Texans being able to have success. I see another game where Deshaun Watson will be, struggling to find the open receivers because he's going to be busy running around to avoid, TJ Watt and Bud Dupree and, Cameron Hayward blowing up Zach Fulton in the middle of that offensive line. So, yeah, I just don't see the Texans offense having success. Now, the keys to the game, if the Texans want to win, it starts with Watson, man. 100%. You can go follow Texans Thoughts on Twitter. You can go follow Jason Braddock on Twitter as well. They showed a bunch of plays from last week's game against the Ravens. There was dudes running wide open. Deshaun Watson just didn't see him. He didn't see him. And I mean, I'm just a guy that's sitting here in his couch watching football games, and if I can see the blitz coming from a mile away, Deshaun Watson should also be able to see the blitz coming from a mile away, man. The dude's like 40 billion times smarter than me when it comes to football. He's 40 billion times smarter than anyone else that's watching football on their couch. He should be able to see it. If the average fan can see that blitz coming from a mile away, he should too. So, 100%. There is one key to the game. Deshaun Watson, he has to get his head in the game. See the blitz, throw the ball. Audible at the line, change the play. You're smart enough. You see it. You've done it before. Do it. Because if Deshaun Watson doesn't do that, the Texans could very, very well get blown out, man. Legit, that's the only key to the game, because in zone coverages, Randall Cobb, Brandon Cooks, Will Fuller, even Jordan Akins, they're going to win every single time. The Steelers, they don't like to press receivers. They kind of play a little bit off, so Brandon Cooks and Will Fuller, they're going to have free releases. It's up to Deshaun Watson to be patient and find the open receiver. It's up to Deshaun Watson to slide the protections, know when the blitz is coming, know when to hit that open receiver for a 3-yard dump off when, there's a free blitzer coming down. Because I saw it a bunch of times last week, bro. Just a free player just coming there to hit him, and Deshaun Watson misses a wide open player. That's literally Kenny Stills, bro. Kenny Stills was wide open for a touchdown. No one anywhere near him. If Deshaun would have seen him, that's a touchdown. And let's not even forget about Deshaun Watson missing a wide open David Johnson that potentially could have also been a touchdown. Deshaun Watson has not been playing like himself, and I think it's unfair to, not criticize him. It's unfair that you can criticize everyone else, but once you criticize Deshaun Watson, people criticize you for criticizing Deshaun Watson. You can't criticize Deshaun Watson. He's part of the problem, but he's also part of the solution, and that's the good part. If Watson gets his head in the game, and he calms down, stays patient, and does what he needs to do, the Texans can easily win this game. Now, in terms of my predictions, I am going 24-19 Steelers win. I think the Texans offense will take a step in the right direction, but unfortunately, I think the Steelers defense will be too good, and they will stop a lot of the Texans drives and hold them to 3 points instead of 6. So, yeah, I think the Texans lose by 5 this time around. They don't get blown out, because I do think the Texans actually have a chance in this game, and it all falls on Watson, man. We have the players to beat the Steelers. The Steelers, don't get me wrong, they're a good team, but they are not anywhere near close to the level of the two teams we just played, the Chiefs and the Ravens. They're still good, they still make the playoffs, but the other two teams we just played, they're on a whole different level, man. So the Texans could definitely win this game. It all depends on Deshaun Watson. I know some people are going to say, oh, but what about the coaching? Oh, absolutely. Tim Kelly deserves a lot of the blame too. But when I see people wide open, when I see Deshaun Watson not seeing a blatantly obvious blitz, then he deserves some of the blame too, man. Like, it's not just all Tim Kelly. Like I said, Deshaun Watson deserves some of the blame too. I know I'm going to get some hate for that, but it is what it is, man. Like I always say, I try to be as realistic as possible, and I'm being realistic, man. Watson needs to play better. He's not playing like Deshaun Watson. He's not playing like the MVP caliber player that we know he is. Like, he needs to get back to that. Because if he doesn't, then maybe a Texans season is already over. Because, if Russell Wilson stops playing like Russell Wilson, guess what? The Seahawks season's over. If Pat Mahomes stops playing like Pat Mahomes, maybe the Chiefs season's over. Well, maybe not, because that scheme is, crazy good. But, Carson Wentz isn't playing like Carson Wentz. Even though Deshaun Watson is better than Carson Wentz, by the way, Eagles fans. The Eagles are 0-2 right now. So, at some point, Deshaun needs to get back to being Deshaun. And that's all I really got to say, on that. But, yeah, like I said, I got the Texans losing their third straight game. But, be patient, because after this loss, the Texans will go on a win streak. So, yeah, that's all I have for you guys for today. Comment down below your opinion on this game. Do you think the Texans will win? Do you think they're going to lose? And, yeah, be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.